Hello again, guys. Welcome back. This is Decoding with Cody. This is also part 2 of yesterday's video, the Power Grid event that may take place on April 3rd or possibly in April, early April sometime. I do want to prerequisite this that I think that it's possible that the reason that all these dates are lining up to 4-3 is because basically all these dates are lining up to this day because this is a ritual. The reason that Wrestlemania is happening on this day is because it's all about the ritual. The actual event might actually not happen till later this month. Like, I'm thinking there's a couple other dates. It could happen on 4-4. It could happen on 4-7 or 4-8 or 4-12. It could also happen on 4-17 Easter. But whatever happens in April, just be prepared, guys, because I know that April is going to be a huge month, and we're going to see how our world turns out after that. Because just be ready. But this again is all about April 3rd. And in the last video, I talked a lot about the power grid, electricity. If you guys haven't watched that, I recommend watching it because I'm not going to re-go over all of that information in this video, but I am going to go over the extension of that information that's just going to blow you guys' mind as to, and just make it even more clear that this is all a ritual. So remember, on November 5th, remember the 5th of November, right? On November 5th, which can be written 11/5 or 115, we had the Astroworld Festival Crowd Crush event. Now, this is not what I call it. This is exactly what Wikipedia calls it, right? There's a reason why they use Astroworld Festival Crowd Crush. That phrase, there's a reason. They could have called it anything else. They could have called it Astroworld Crowd Crush. They could have called it Astroworld Festival Tragedy. They could have called it a lot of things, but this is the phrase highlighted here that they decided to call it. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you exactly why they decided to use this exact phrase in tying it in with cyber attacks and the power grid, okay? So, again, think about this, guys. The date is November 5th, like 115, okay? And I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to type in power grid, okay? Power grid. In the basic English cipher, power grid is 115, okay? I just told you that Astroworld happened on that 115, 11/5. Now, and not only that, guys, but I showed you in my last video how there's other 115s, okay? And so go back and watch the video, but this is just the most basic information. I'm trying to simplify this for people who are new, for people who just don't seem to understand. I just want you guys to see how clear this is, okay? So let's go over here. I just showed you the exact phrase that they use for the event, okay? It was 10 people died. You say God, I say 10, right? Just think about that phrase. Think about the Foo Fighters drummer that just died a couple days after releasing Studio 666. If you haven't watched my other videos, go back and watch them. All these events are tied. Everything that's happening in the news, all the big events are tied together. And so, again, 10 people died, and Travis Scott was the singer, okay? Now let's go over here to my document, and I'm going to show you why this is all tied together. So it happened on 11/5. Power grid equals 115. Now, if you type in the Astroworld Festival Crowd Crush, which is exactly what I showed you, Google calling it, it equals 128, okay? The reason that is important is because power grid not only equals 115, it equals 128 in the other cipher, in reverse, okay? Look at these pictures, guys. Astroworld Festival Crowd Crush, 128. So it happens on 115, power grid equals 115. Astroworld equals 128, power grid equals 128, okay? Not only that, but the day that I'm questioning, the day that I think something could happen, is 4/3/2022, and that day, Wrestlemania is happening, okay? And in the main event, you have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. It's at AT&T Stadium, And they're calling Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, they're calling this match the biggest WrestleMania match of all time, as you can see the rest of it here. If you type the biggest, this picture right here, guys, if you type the biggest WrestleMania match of all time, of course, you're going to get 128, right? Also notice, guys, that April 3rd equals 115, just like Power Grid. All right. Now, the stadium that WrestleMania is happening in equals AT&T Stadium equals 128. Power Grid equals 128. The biggest WrestleMania match, 128. It's all 128, guys. And just to tie this other event in, I just told you the Foo Fighters drummer died 9 days before 4-3. 9 is about completion. All right. And 9 is an upside down 6. And he was all tied in with Satanic 666. Just go back and watch my videos. All right. And he dies. And guess what Foo Fighters equals? Well, it equals 128. Now, let's move on and just add more to this. Now, not only is Astroworld tied to WrestleMania, but it's, remember, 4-3, as I talked about in the above document, okay? If you haven't read the document or watched my prior video, you're going to be lost here. But from Cyber Monday, okay, Cyber Monday was on 11/29/2021, and that happened to be the birthday of former Secretary of Homeland Security Janet Napolitano, okay? That happened to be her birthday. That was Cyber Monday. Like cyber attack, right? Remember, before she left office in 2013 under Obama, she talked about power grids that would take down the power grid, or cyber attacks that would take down the power grid right before she resigned. So 11/29 is her birthday. On that same day, WWE, which is the same people who are making WrestleMania 38 on 4-3, aired a skit about, and they used the phrase surprise and expect the unexpected. Okay, on that same day. And if you measure from that day, okay, until 4-3, with the date in question, 2022, you're going to get 125 days. Okay, Astroworld equals 125, just like Cyber Monday. Remember, that day was Cyber Monday. Now, remember, I talked about WrestleMania that same day using surprise in their skit. 125, surprise equals 125. Now, Public Enemy is 125 also. And remember, Public Enemy released their song in 2020 on September 25th, 2020, called When the Grid Goes Down. Okay? And Public Enemy equals 125. Just like Cyber Monday, surprise. And the last person here is Will Smith. And this happened just yesterday, a very surprising event on TV. Everyone's talking about it. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, and he equals 125. Now, let's talk about Travis Scott, the guy who performed Astroworld, right? Travis Scott is 38. Remember, it's WrestleMania 38 on 4-3. Power Grid, here it is, guys. Power Grid equals 38. It's WrestleMania 38. Global Reset, which I believe is what will happen, okay? They're going to shut down the banks. They're going to shut down the power. And then there's going to be a certain amount of days, I think, that we're out of power. And then what's going to happen is they're going to flip it back on, and we're going to have a new currency, a new world. I think that could very possibly happen. Maybe it doesn't happen like that, but I think that's very possible. Global Reset, 38. Charlie Watts, the drummer, okay? Charlie Watts was the drummer for the Rolling Stones, okay? And Rolling Stones have a song called Paint It Black, kind of like Blackout. And they used that song, okay? They used the Rolling Stones song on the episode of the TV series 911, The Blackout, okay? They used Paint It Black on the Blackout TV show, all right? And remember, Charlie Watts died. Just like the Foo Fighters drummer just died, Charlie Watts died last year, okay? On August 24th, which is 222 days before 4-3. All right. And notice that Charlie Watts also equals 38. And then this is it. This is what I'm here talking about. Travis Scott, the guy I just tied it up there. I just tied this together with Astroworld. And the performer just happens to match Charlie Watts, who died, who made the song about Paint It Black, Global Reset, Power Grid, and not only that, guys, but the wrestler who's wrestling at WrestleMania, Roman Reigns, is also 38. Now, here's the kicker, guys. Here's a couple dates. If you measure, from 11/5 Astroworld event, okay, 2021 to 4/3/2022, it's 149 days. And guys, that is Skull and Bones, 149. So I think that's the kicker, And here's just two more little date measurements, okay? From January 6th, Capitol riot. Remember the whole Capitol riot thing? That was the last really big event, really big event before the war, I guess. And that happened on January 6th, 2021. And from that day, okay, until April 3rd, 2022 is 1 year and 88 days. And let me go up here and show you guys how the 188 is tied. Okay. Cyber attack, 188. So from the Capitol riot till April 3rd is 1 year and 88 days, kind of like 188. Cyber attack equals 188. Not only that, guys, but one more measurement from Arnold Schwarzenegger's birthday, or till his upcoming birthday, from 4/3/2022 till his upcoming birthday on 7/30/2022 is 118 days. Okay. Remember, Arnold Schwarzenegger did a commercial during the Super Bowl where he plays Zeus taking down the power grid. Now it's 118 days till his upcoming birthday. What is power grid? What is cyber attack equal? Sorry, not cyber attack, guys. Cyber pandemic. Okay, cyber pandemic that Klaus Schwab is talking about equals 118. So 118 days before Arnold's birthday is 4/3/2022. And yeah, I don't think I'm probably going to have another part to this. So if you guys haven't watched my other one, watch that and then watch this. And I'm probably going to have a part 3 because there's a lot more I want to say about WrestleMania. But I just wanted to get this out there and add to it because these are just putting more nails in the coffin in my mind, unfortunately. I don't want this to be true. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope that the reason it doesn't happen is because I'm putting it out there and they change it up. Maybe they change what I've discovered. It's possible, maybe. But I don't want it to happen necessarily. But it looking, just think about this, guys. Biden just talked about Russia having the capability of cyber attacks against us last week on 3/21. So this is not something that's just out of the blue, just random thrown out there. This is it's Biden just talked about this and they played it down, but I think it's going to be a much bigger, again, surprise, just like what Will Smith did yesterday. So anyways, have a great day, guys. Many blessings to you. Thanks for watching my channel. Subscribe if you like. Let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate all of your comments. I will see you in the next video. Take care.